Hey, welcome back to Life on the Wrist. Hope you're doing well. Today I thought we would talk about how I think MB&F is one of the best micro brands that you can possibly own. This is my opinion. You probably have different tastes compared to me. You probably think that other micro brands present a lot more value, but for me, MB&F is the ultimate micro brand that you can own, and I think they stand for some really great things. Then we'll get into that into the video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and also comment below what you think your favorite micro brand is. We would love to hear what you guys think. So the first time I saw MB&F was on Instagram. This was on the early days of me getting into watches, and I remember distinctly it was a guy posing, and there was a focus of the picture was on his wrist, and he was wearing the MB&F Horological Machine #1. It's the rectangle, or excuse me, it's the two, almost like two circles coming together with the tourbillon in the middle. And I thought it was super futuristic in design, and I thought it was a very unique watch that I would love to own. Obviously, I didn't know how much they cost or anything about it, so like I always say, I did research, and that's something that you should always do if you get into, if you find a watch that you may be interested in. So I went on the internet, started trying to figure out what company this was, because I remember there was no company tag to it. The caption didn't really give me an idea of what brand the watch was, and I ended up finding it, and I found Max Buser and Friends, which is a company that was founded in 2005 by Max Buser. He has a long history in the watch world and decided to do something for himself, and ended up finding out more about him and the company that he started. So really, what captured me was the design of the watches and the watches that he was kind of putting out. And throughout my research, I found that it wasn't just the design aspects that were so special for MB&F. They also put a lot of time into the technical aspects of these watches. They have some amazing partners that they, I guess, in the name of the watch company, they have a lot of friends who help them make the watch movements and cases. But on a technical aspect, from the movements, they have some really great watchmakers who have assisted them in making their pieces, and they have beautiful finishing, beautiful hand craftsmanship that you're not going to really find in all these mass-produced companies, which is why I think Microbrands are so cool. So within MB&F, there are two lines. There are Horological Machines, and there are Legacy Machines. Horological Machines are basically interpretations of Max Buser's childhood. A lot of the times they have space themes and race car themes, and that's how he's designed them. So that's one of the lines. In the Legacy Machines, what he's doing is he's marrying 18th century watchmaking with a modern interpretation of how he thinks those watchmakers would design watches now. So really cool that you get that classic line in the Legacy Machines, and then you have this kind of modern, a little bit more edgy, a little bit more, not mainstream, to say the least, in the Horological Machines. So why I think Microbrands, and specifically MB&F, is the best one is that when you're buying a Microbrand watch, you're really buying it because you want to have something unique and be a part of something that's unique, that speaks to you in a way that perhaps mass-produced watches don't say to you. So, everyone may have, let's say, an Omega Speedmaster, but only a few people are going to have an MB&F watch. And what I think is really, really cool about MB&F as well is that once you own a piece from the company, you join their tribe, which is how they describe it, which again is another almost like a community within a community that you'll be able to join and share the passion of watches. Max, when he founded the company, he always says whenever he's giving speeches that MB&F saved him from the way in which he was going with his career. He worked for a lot of big companies, and he found that he was producing watches that were not for him. He was producing watches that he thought would sell, and there would be a lot of clients that would end up buying those watches. So I think now that he's shifted to doing his own thing, started it from scratch, and now is designing things that are speaking to him, what he wants to make, what he wants to design, and not really thinking about, oh, we really need to, turn over these pieces in order to continue this company's success, I think it allows him to have a lot of more freedom because he doesn't have to cater to what we like. And also I think it's cool for us because then we get an expression from him. And if it speaks to us the same way his design speaks to him, I think that shows that we're almost close enough to him, and we have our own unique tastes. And that is where that tribe kind of comes to fruition, is that we all think and like the designs similar, and we also think that from a technical aspect we agree on the philosophies that him and his friends who are creating the movements are putting forth to create these watches. This is a short video on MB&F. I'm going to do a lot more videos on this, perhaps some reviews of some of my favorite machines that he's made, but this is a little bit introduction into MB&F. Stay tuned for the rest of the videos that we do. I can't speak highly enough on the MB&F collection. If I'm able to meet Max Boozer ever, I will literally tell him that he is a genius, and I love everything that he's done with the company. And yeah, on that note, I hope you guys have a nice rest of your day.